It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, the 5th of June. I'm Michael Groff. A change in the weather pattern favoring cooler temperatures, but first, a chance at some rain across parts of the state today and tonight. Maybe some blowing dust in parts of the deserts. Could we see anything here in the valley? That's the big question. And if we do, it would only be the second time in 125 years of record keeping officially that we've had measurable rain on June the 5th. All right, let's talk about it first. Yesterday in the valley, it was a scorcher. 112 degrees was the afternoon high, 84 the morning low, and that just missed a record warm morning low by 1 degree. Outside now, here at 5:30 a.m., we've got mostly cloudy skies out there, and we're sitting at 84 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 43, humidity 23%, the winds are light, and the barometer is steady. Temperatures around the area this morning ranging from 71 is the cool spot at Fort McDowell all the way up to 89 in Scottsdale and a couple of other locations. The upper air look, high pressure, which has been the dominant weather feature for most of the week, is now beginning to move off to the east, and we have that upper low that's been sitting out there west of the Baja in Southern California all week, now beginning to move to the east. And as a result, it will bring some dynamic support and enough moisture for at least some isolated thunderstorms around here. And behind that, we have that kicker system. That's our trough off of the Pacific Northwest, and that will help to usher in some cooler temperatures in here this weekend. Here's the watch warning map. The good news is our heat warning is gone, but we still have a lot of red flag warnings across much of the southwestern United States. That just highlights the elevated fire danger that we have going on. Elsewhere, there's a severe thunderstorm watch across parts of southern Missouri this morning. Some scattered flash flood watches over parts of Florida, the Gulf Coast. In response to our tropical system, here's the convective outlook. The standard slight risk of severe storms from around Jonesboro and Little Rock, Arkansas, up toward Memphis and Springfield, Missouri, with a marginal risk for the adjacent areas there. Another marginal risk zone over the interior west, the northern Rockies, and out into the western Dakotas. And here in Arizona, we have a little marginal risk zone across the northeastern portion of the state to include northern Navajo and Apache counties, as well as northeastern Coconino. And here in Phoenix, you see that we're not really in the green. The SPC does not believe that we'll see any thunderstorms here in Metro Phoenix. We could, but it's a very, very low-end risk. And we'll get into it in just a second. But first, let's check out the tropics. Some people wondering about our tropical system down there in the Gulf. Well, this is the satellite presentation of Cristobal, now a tropical depression. And I'll circle, there's the center of circulation. It's actually over the Yucatan, but notice all of the convection is off to the north and east of the center. It is a very ill-defined or poorly defined system right now, very disorganized. But as it eventually drifts back to the north, it will go over the Gulf once more and start to reorganize again. And the National Hurricane Center believes it will become a tropical storm this weekend, moving northward toward the Louisiana coast, ultimately making landfall early on Monday as a tropical storm. The modeling on this from the European Ensemble, most of the models agree that it will be moving toward the Louisiana coast. A couple of them try to bring it a little further to the east, but for the most part, very tight clustering there. The Ensemble mean, the black line, somewhere between New Orleans and Morgan City, Louisiana. All right, precipitation around here for the next 7 days. The WPC has taken out the measurable rain here in Phoenix. Nothing for us, and not much statewide. Most of it confined to the northeastern corner of the state. But we'll take a look at models and see what they have to say. First, we'll start with the GFS. The 06Z run valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Ridge moving off to the east. Our upper low coming ashore across Southern California, northern Baja. A southerly flow here bringing in some moisture. So down at the surface, partly sunny skies today, quite a bit of cloud cover around. High temperatures will be a little lower than we've seen, between about 104 and 107. And isolated showers and thunderstorms will develop over the high country, mainly north and east of Phoenix. But we can't rule out one or two of those getting pretty close to, if not moving through, parts of the valley. I would say the better risk is really for some blowing dust if we see anything at all from this. The air mass is very dry, especially in the lower third of the atmosphere, so we're just not expecting a whole lot, even if we see anything at all. But let's look at modeling. First of all, as we always show you, this is our 3-kilometer NAM, and you do see quite a bit of cloud cover coming in here today. The NAM has no rain for us here in Phoenix, and it keeps the moisture level's fairly low. In fact, it brings dew points down below 40 this afternoon into the 30s, maybe even lower than that. So certainly the moisture levels are just not there at the surface. And checking out the precipitation output coming from the models here. First, I'll show you the short range ensemble forecast, or SREF. And very few members, only about 4 members, actually show any precipitation here in Phoenix. That doesn't look very promising. However, the GFS ensemble remains the most bullish on precipitation. Every single member has measurable rain in Phoenix. Of course, some of that means just 1/100th of an inch, although a few are certainly higher than that. The ensemble mean is 0.04 of an inch. So we're not looking at a big-time precip event, but, in the month of June, anything at all is a big-time precip event here in Phoenix. All right, other than that, though, tonight we'll just introduce that 10% chance of showers and storms in the evening, then become partly cloudy after midnight. It will be breezy and cooler. Overnight lows tonight should be down in the 60s in the cooler pockets, low to mid-70s in the urban core. Tomorrow, that system is out of here. We dry out, and we are much cooler. High temperatures low to middle 90s. So we could be close to 10 degrees below normal for tomorrow. Sunday morning, we'll start the day out in the 60s, high temperatures in the mid-90s. Monday, another passing trough to the north means we keep the temperatures well below average with highs mostly in the low and middle 90s. Tuesday, we warm it up back to the mid and upper 90s. And then on Wednesday, we're getting pretty close to the century mark once again, probably highs 101 to 104 for our warmest desert spots. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, high temperatures 103 to 106, and that's pretty typical stuff for mid-June. Here's a week from today, Friday the 12th. Pretty deep upper low off of the Oregon coast, an associated trough there. A broad south to southwesterly flow. A little moisture might creep into the eastern portion of the state right along the border if this is right for isolated thunderstorms there, but we're dry and temperatures pretty close to normal, maybe a little bit above. And going out 10 days to the end of the period, Sunday the 14th, troughing north of the state, a dry westerly flow, and that looks dry and seasonal. Temperatures off the national blend of models. This will be our last triple-digit day for the next few days anyway, with highs in the 90s this weekend and for Monday before we start to warm it up again. Overnight lows in the 60s and 70s. Not too bad, especially considering where we've been the last few days. And that'll do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video on Monday morning. And if you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever we post a brand new video, you'll be alerted. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. I thank you so much for watching. You guys be safe out there. Stay cool. Drink plenty of water. Always watch your kids around the swimming pool. And have yourselves a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend.